So, what are disruption echoes? This is usually something that occurs as you are reaching a higher, more advanced timeline. So, let's talk a little bit about disruption echoes, what they look like, and what you can do about them. Hey everyone, my name is Be Divine, and I hope that this has found you happy and well. I am here as a guide, as a teacher, and to allow you to step into your own frequency, a golden timeline, and awaken the soul fire within. So, when you are stepping onto your pathway, that is when things start to, you get it and you have this epiphany and you know exactly what you want to do, that is when the disruption echo will come in. So, I've written some things out about it. Disruption echoes are energetic aftershocks. They are vibrations from outdated belief systems and patterns. They can also be entities that are dislodged from your field as you are having healing as well. And as your frequency begins to lift, this is when a lot of stuff is falling away, right? This is when you can be tested the most in your journey, because you'll get things that annoy the crap out of you, right? And you just want to have to say something and you just want to have to defend yourself, and it's not worth it. Anyway, they're not signs of failure or regression, but of release in motion. Here's how they work in deeper detail. So, when you're expanding into your higher state, right, through meditation, through positive thinking, through activation, through soul work, right, through transmissions, your field vibrates differently, right? And this sends out a pulse like a sonar, and your soul says, I no longer match what I once carried. And why would you want to? If you're going up, why do you want to take rubbish with you? The old energy doesn't just vanish, it responds. It echoes back through your life in form of random irritations. People cancelling, people saying nasty stuff about you, tech breaking, your phone breaking, you're misplacing items, you're becoming clumsy. It can be minor conflicts that seem out of character, someone just going off at you and you're going off back at them, right? Physical symptoms like fatigue, buzzing, tension, headaches, right? Static. You might get one side of your face that feels heavy when you wake up in the morning or whatever. And then there might be a mental fog like doubt, overthinking, starting to get pessimistic, starting to doubt yourself. So you've just spent all of this time to raise your vibration, and then a disruption echo happens. So your auric field is purging memory imprints, not just from this life, but from timelines that were holding just enough suffering to dim your next level, right? This is why I see so many times people who are teaching spiritually and then they go off on a tangent about someone pulling up this other person's video or whatever and talking about it and carrying on about it, whatever, right? It's something that is coming up because of the purging, and it's echoing back like, do you want to let this go? Are you going to keep on dealing with this? Soul contracts that are being rewritten, but the other people or their subconscious self, they may resist. So as you're raising your vibration, you don't why would you want to mess around with people who always are toxic or they're emotionally just immature, right? And they've always got drama and they've always got issues. And why would you want to be drawn back into that? You want to lift, they might want to hold you there. Energetic parasites or patterns are being starved of your energy, and they flare up in protest one last time before dissolving. Okay, so this is what we call a disruption echo. It happens when you're trying to do a clearing release and then a negative thought will come into your brain, or you're trying to let go of someone, someplace, some situation, and there'll be a little thread that pulls you back into it and you're like, well, I thought I got rid of this. Okay, It feels unnecessary, but it comes in right after a breakthrough. The annoyance is disproportionate to the situation. You feel almost a surreal glitch in energy. Once it's cleared, then you feel lighter than before. So once you know what this is, the disruption echoes are the tremble of chains falling off of you. You're not under attack. You're shaking off the husks of imitation and limitation. Okay? So you're letting things go. And don't be surprised when you are letting things go and you're dissolving things and you're advancing and you're shifting. There comes that little disruption echo, and now you know what it is. You need to command your energy. Command your energy. As a sovereign being, I hereby command that any lower vibrations, any disruption echoes, anything that is siphoning or draining or keeping me out of my highest timeline or trying to or attempting to thwart my efforts to move ahead, I hereby dissolve this energy immediately, asking for it to be done now through all directions of time and space, through all layers of my entire being. And you're taking your power back. As you advance on your journey, there's going to be things that come up. It doesn't mean that you're not healed or, oh, I thought it was going to be this or I thought it was going to be that. That just shows that if you thought it was going to be easy peasy, even in the golden timeline, you're missing the point. The point of this life is to learn things and learn to react differently. So the disruption echoes come up. They will come up at you sometimes also to, what's the word? It's like when there is something that comes up that is upsetting because you might be doing things in a different way, and it's something that is reminding you of a lower pathway. And it comes up and you want other people to be on that same pathway. You want them to catch up. You don't want them to be talking nonsense and to be flailing and going around in circles and questioning everything. And you're like, we were just there. What's this now? Where are you going with this? Why are you going backwards? And sometimes your friends, they can't control, the next phase of the journey because they're afraid of it. Some people are afraid of success, believe it or not, because they've never had it. So they don't know whether it's going to be taken away. They don't know whether it's just going to be something that they don't want after all, or whether they're going to be in the limelight and they don't want to be, or they don't feel confident enough to, or whatever it is. The sabotage or the disruption echo comes back up and tries to draw you back down into an old pattern of defeat. Okay? There are many people on different platforms that are constantly engaging with other people all of the time in a negative, argumentative sense. And I don't know why, because they give their power away every single time, even if they're right, even if they're justified in being upset about something. It is not worth the time or the energy, and it's not worth giving your power away to anybody else. In my work, obviously I've been around since 2009 online, and also doing this for 30 some years now. I honestly don't care if anyone mimics me or copies my work or even literally takes things word for word, because it's not my energy. It's not my frequency when somebody else is doing it. It's not authentic. It's false, and it doesn't stand. Anything that's on false ground, okay, is going to crumble. Even if it gains momentum really quickly, because the darkness loves to do that, it will crumble. And if anyone is stealing and copying and you're really getting yourself worked up about it, I mean, apart from duplicate accounts, which happen all the time on social media, and people with, taking my video and my face and messaging people, I can handle that on the back end. And I don't even care if anyone copies anything that I'm doing, because as I said, it's not me. Right? So what they're doing is copying something so it doesn't have an authentic flow. So be aware of these disruptive echoes. You've got this, and let's move on to the golden timeline.